Ah, frick. Why didn't I keep the long version handy for this? Hold on, folks. Hold on. Okay, enough of that. Welcome back to our streams of Gumpra. Only this time, instead of having an annoying, well, somewhat annoying little thing down in the corner, that acts as little more than an optical distraction. Can I move this down? No, that goes further down. That goes beyond the... Okay, so I have this. Should have made it a little bit bigger so that maybe you can see. And that's just going to be a distraction for a while. Down in the corner. Just going to play random matches of Omni versus Zaft in the background. Well, I say background, in the corner instead of whatever. And now to turn on the music that I had intended to play for this. No, don't want it that high. There we go. Completely juxtaposed against the action going on in the corner. But anyway, we're back. And we are going to... Is this thing out of focus? Why does the focus always fix itself right there? Granted, I could say that about a lot of frickin' things. Yeah, we're back. We're gonna complete the rest of this, I think. Maybe. I don't know. With any luck, we will. When we last left off, we had torso, arms, the backpack, which I removed so I could fit it in the box. It goes on this way, right? Yeah. And the noggin. With this big fin on the back was kind of a pain in the rectum. A pain in the butthole. Yeah. That's how much of it we had completed when we last left off. I will attempt to finish the rest during this session. Put the stickers to one side. There. Open the instruction manual. Up. Shiho Hanenfuss. God, again, with the absurdly lumpy names for all of Gundam Seed. Okay, when we did all of this page, we're gonna start on this page now. Try not to get distracted too much by the thing that I'm seeing on the other screen over there, which is Omni versus Zaft, Rengo versus Zaft. I don't know what to call it. Translations. Okay, this side of this set of instructions is all 6. This is all 7. This is all 8. So we'll start with 6, and just go along. Right. We'll begin by taking out the polycaps. We're going to need MF. I would put on, like, Gundam music for this, but since it would be more appropriate, but I would rather have something that's, you know, chill. Also, I feel like if I put on Gundam music, the stream would get copyright tagged. And, you know, the less I have to deal with that nonsense, the better, please. Granted, I could get tagged by Cgue for this, but I'll risk Cgue before I risk, like, Sunrise getting on my case. B, I, and C. I noticed that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna snip. Once again, I left my drink downstairs. It's like, why do I even live the way that I live? Yeah. That's part I. I goes here. F. Why did I... Okay. Whatever. I can... Simple rectification there. I honestly can't tell who's up against who. Oh, I noticed... Oh, there's a... Sky Grasper and Sword Grasper. And C. Oh, I see, C. And that is all the polycaps for this side. I could just as easily cut out all the same polycaps for the other side, but... Nah. Since the A-frame is what's sitting on top of the stack right now, I'll just... A 22 and 23, do I need 22, 3, 31, okay. There's 31 right there. Oh, the match is over. Next! I see a Cgue, a Gaia Gundam, an Astray, and Ray's Zaku. 22, 23, okay, that would be these ones. That's all I need for A-frame. In the stack. This is C. Do I need any C parts? 11. Don't jump like a frickin' jumping bean on me. I looked away for a microsecond and then my nose started running. God, why? The podcast is about to start. Fuck! Do I stop this and go watch the podcast instead? No, but I will type in a message. Sent that message. Let's start another match and get back to cutting. Alright, for C frame, I already cut out 11. I also need 4 and 5, it looks like. Oh, they're on. Damn. Would love to listen in. my 2 words about the episode, the core. 2 cents, 2 words, whatever. I don't fucking know. Next, this is B-frame. Oh, that's D. 25 and 27. 25 and 27. That would be these ones, yeah. I think I got it now. It is all very logical. Oh, who won? Not the Impulse. Oh, Aegis. Okay. I don't even know who the pilots are. I'm not even paying attention to that. Let me see here. Oh, Din. The presence of a Din makes me sad because it means they only ever made it for Gundam Seed. You know, I know there's a bit of Gundam Seed isn't so good in the design department because everything's so generic, and to a degree I kind of like it, but at least cosmetically, aesthetically, it doesn't... It's not a tremendously mixed bag like later alternate universe Gundam series would be, because that's a problem that I have with later alternate universe Gundam series, is that, you know, they're a lot more visually distinct, a lot more visually interesting, but at the same time, I don't like all of the visual distinction. Or at least, they don't mesh with me personally. Like, there are some designs that I like from Gundam 00, and some designs that I just cannot. 1 and 3. Put these 2 up here on this frame. Actually, no, I didn't clean up the B-frame stuff yet, so let me do that. What I'm getting at is that, you know, as generic as some of the stuff from Gundam Seed does tend to be, at least aesthetically, cosmetically, none of it really frustrates me that much. Like, the Strike Gundam is an odd one, and the Impulse Gundam is kinda also there. But, you know, in terms of the overall aesthetic, I don't disagree with it. I don't dislike it. It's kind of very... It's very samey to a degree. And I get that that's one reason not to like it. But to me, you know, with it all being as unified as it is in general, and it's based on a sort of style and aesthetic that I actually don't have problems with, or at least not nearly as much problems as I would with other stuff, like Iron-Blooded Orphans. And no, I don't care what anyone says about the series itself. I don't care how good it is or how terrible the ending is. I don't like the Barbatos, and there's just not enough... None of the Gundams... I just don't think there's enough of the actual Gundams in the show itself that has a look to them that I actually like. Like, the look of the Gundams in the show. The other mobile suits are okay-ish, but there are just things about the Gundam designs in Iron-Blooded Orphans that I just do not like, and I think it's mostly just because of the Barbatos looks like a piece of ass. At least in my eyes. And there's not one single variation of it that I like. In any way, shape, or form. Which is to say, exactly, kind of redundant. No, that's 2. Why did I cut out 2? Damn it. I was not looking at numbers. 1 and 3. That's 4. God, it's because these parts all look so freaking samey. I remember from the review he said, "There are these tiny little parts that I lost track of when I was building it." Tiny little detail parts. So I hope I don't do the same thing or they go flying off into oblivion. But again, you know, back on the subject, it's just there are a lot of designs from Gundam Seed and Destiny that I wouldn't mind having as models or figures or whatnot or what have you. Like as on the nose as it was when they started doing like the Zaku and Gouf and Dom for their version of the series, for their version of the universe. They're not designs that I, you know, dislike. You know, it's an interesting take on an existing thing. On the nose, yeah, I don't like that from a narrative perspective. I guess, for the sake of the series itself being a series that tries to stand on its own, basically trying to do the exact same things over, I dislike it in that sense. But as far as, you know, the actual designs themselves, you know, a retake with a slightly different aesthetic for a slightly different version of the events. then yeah, like the Zaku Warriors, I like them. Same with the Dom, same with the Goof. I like the Goof especially. It's kind of the idea of a flight of a Goof with that can operate both in the air and in space, and has, you know, 2 whips and two heat whips and 2 machine gun finger things that aren't exactly machine gun fingers. I cannot diss that. That's the one thing about GUFs that I was kind of disappointed about. I like the GUF design, you know, when it's not in its animated format, because for some reason, the GUF custom is still like my favorite GUF design, period. I missed a C part. Alright, hang on. See, what was it? 12? Also looks like I'm going to need at least 1 sticker. Even so, between those particular... Why did I put this on? I need to clean this up. Even then, between all those particular variances on existing, you know, Universal Century design things, I still kind of prefer the original stuff. Like, the Jin, the Din, the Cgues. You know, I liked it when they were being more original, while still paying homage to the original by having the Mono Eye Rail mobile suits with specific capabilities or specific strengths in specific fields. Because, you know, if nothing else, I like when you can take the same ideas and remix them without actually, and pay homage to them without being so on the nose about it. Because it means you can also do the same thing. It means you can do the same thing, but differently and in a way that doesn't, you know, immediately scream, oh, this is supposed to be this universe's Goof or Zaku or whatnot. Because that's the way it was with, like, the Bakus and Legos. It's just like, the Lego was, I guess, it's not clear what its analog was meant to be. But one would assume that it's supposed to be like the Goof. Since it was well, the Lego, I think, the Lego specifically was piloted by Waltfeld, and Waltfeld is obviously the Rhomba Rawl analog. Hang on a second. But yeah, Okay, there's an order to things here that looks a little bit odd. Okay, first step, attach this to this. Sorry if I'm doing this off screen. And then part 2, put the big poly cap in there. And part 3, take this, oh god. Take this tiny piece and slide it in here. I think. My gosh, that is freaking small. And then part 4, everything sandwiches together somehow. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh god, a tiny little piece fell out. Go back in there, please. Okay, this step of the instructions is very awkward. That basically just has to balance there, while other parts are fitted together around it. Other side on here without where it's pulling out or off. Well, it wants to come out. Ugh. That is frightening. Oh, the latch is open. Just a second. So that is foot completed. Lighter blue one here. So this one has to go here. It seems. I love fold over stickers. All that trouble just to make that part blue. It's not that much trouble, all things considered. Let's see, which side? You have to push harder. Push harder. Yeah. Oh, match over. Next. And what am I seeing there? It looked like the strike was doing a jumping act. Alright, let me shave this down actually, just so that it looks not too terrible. Probably should have did that before I assumed it. I didn't think it would be that obtrusive. And we'll be fine. That is leg 1. Since I already have these chopped out, I might as well just sit here and clean them up. And of course, just trying to finish up the thought that I started with when I began rambling in the first place. The Din, the Cgues. It would be nice to have high-grade kits of those, but the only ones that they ever made of those particular designs were no grades, with all the posability of your mom. Which is a terrible freaking joke. I'm well aware of that. But I made it anyway, because I'm not particularly in the mood to be clever right now. Right, where is that polycap sheet? Polycap runner. Run a polycap. Run your cap, Polly. You need MF. MF, B, I, and C again. goes there. I goes there and M. Oh, I don't think they ever made. Now that I'm seeing that, I don't think they ever made a model at all of the. Oh, what is that called? The Zoot. The. Either way, the Zaft tank mobile suit, that orange one that you see. The big cannons. That would be cool. And of course, that doesn't really have an analog. Well, I suppose the gun tank in a sense, but it's a Zaft suit. And it doesn't exactly. It's not. It's still a mobile suit. It still has legs and arms. But it also has, like. It turns into a transforming tank tread thing. It has tank treads on it so that it can transform into a tank form. I would like a model of that. But no. Apparently it's not worth a model. Which kind of just flusters the ever-living crap out of me how little Bandai, Sunrise, whatever, care about their alternate universe stuff. You know, there's understanding why, and then there's me just not agreeing with that. So that Universal Century is just so fucking overwrought with so much crap. Alternate universes are a boon, not a bane. But over there in Japan, apparently they think the other way around. Alternate universes, they're just another excuse to do something that isn't part of the main timeline. The main timeline is always the best timeline because deviations, alternate universes, what is this crap? They're just a waste of time. Main universe is best universe. And to a degree, I don't disagree with that, but it's just like they're so fixated on the fact that their main universe is best. They, whenever they do give their alternate universe stuff a chance, they half-ass it, half-heart it, half everything, because fuck it. We know our people. We know people on our side of the pond aren't going to buy it. Maybe somebody would. Maybe the Westerners would care for Mercurius and V8. But, I mean, let's be fair. Mercurius and V8 are one of those things that aren't, like, on the top of my priority list as far as models go. They never were. But, that said, if I had seen them on store shelves, I wouldn't be adverse to them. I would pick them up and add them to my Gundam Wing collection, but because they're premium Bandai exclusives, I just can't be bothered. But I think most of all, and this is the thing that's going to piss me off the most, is if they use those molds to make the Virgo mobile dolls, and that becomes a godforsaken exclusive, because fuck it, they're villain suits from an alternate universe that no one in Japan fucking cares about, even though I do, and I have wanted Virgo mobile doll models and or figures since I first fucking saw those things. But Bandai, they're all like, no one cares. I fucking care! Don't I matter? Do you want my money? I barely have any as it is! Come on, drain my wallet dry! Give it to me! Is that all? No, I forgot. 2 and 3. Well, I say that, but that's exactly what they're doing by making them pre-Bandai exclusives. They're draining my wallet dry, because heck, I want them. But not... I don't want them badly enough to go for those exclusive prices, is the thing. And I think that's the thing that I guess they're counting on, or not counting on, or realizing will be a problem. It's just like they're not making them... They're making them exclusive, which means they're going to have exclusive prices and limited availability. You know, so that the few poor suckers who do actually want these models will pay up for them. And those that don't have to. I just fucking hate the fact that so much lately, so goddamn much lately, of the best, I'm not mixing words here. I mean it. The best high grades right now are all fucking being limited in their exclusivity because of Premium Bandai. Well, meanwhile, we're getting nothing but build crap. Yes, build crap. I don't fucking care what anyone says. Build series crap. Should have put on repeat. And even then, some of the build series, the better build series stuff is all being Premium Bandai exclusive too. And it's just crap because all it exists, the build series, what are they fucking doing? They made one core Gundam design and so many different expansions for it. And it is like the center of fucking everything in the entire fucking build series right now. It's just like, oh, buy another core Gundam and then buy the armor set and then buy the weapon set! No, I'm not bitter! Bandai Hobby, Bandai Spirits, Bandai whatever the fuck they are right now are really, really, really pissing me off with the way they're currently approaching the build series and most of their high grade stuff right now. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. There's a point where I wish there was a way me not supporting them would amount to fucking something. But much like with voting in the real world, no, of course not. Nothing I say or do matters. Everyone's gonna buy this shit anyway because reasons. It's like you can't just tell everyone. So I don't have enough influence to tell everyone don't buy this because you're supporting an absurd fucking system that just exists to continue to make the consumers, the companies, money bitches. But then again, I could say that basically about everything, and everyone would say, well, yeah, you're right, but we can't just stop. Because companies tend to learn the wrong lessons from issues with sales figures. But I think the most egregious thing to me about the way Bandai approaches their premium sales is that with them constantly, like, having to issue new runs of certain things, that they don't come to some realization that, maybe we could make this a mass market release and it would work. But they're so fucking stubborn. They're just like, once something is a P Bandai exclusive, it's always a P Bandai exclusive. Just because they do second, third, or fourth runs of the same exclusives over and over again. It's not like they're gonna go around and change their mind and say, well, maybe we could, you know, make this model public now. Make this a mass market thing? Maybe mass market would work. Maybe. That's not to say that I'm against all premium Bandai exclusives. Like, the Sandrock Kai is such, I guess it's just because it's such a minimal difference between that and the regular Sandrock release that I can sort of understand not bothering. But Mercurius and V8 are 100% completely new molds that also have some good retooling possibilities in the form of turning them into the Virgo mobile dolls. And Gundam Wing was, as I recall, one of the more popular Gundam series in the West, being as it was, you know, one of the first and aired on Toonami. And I don't know how many people who love Gundam Wing remember Mercurius and V8 that much, I guess, but at the same time, ugh. Just a complete ugh. basically everything regarding the fact that Gundam Wing is so... The TV version of Gundam Wing, I should say, is so underappreciated over there. It's mostly because, like, Endless Waltz in the mangas are just, like, gigantic angel wings. And, I hate the fucking Wing Zero custom. Endless Waltz variation. I just... pretentious! You can't! I refuse to accept it as anything other than exactly that. The Wing Gundam Zero Custom Endless Waltz version, I don't fucking care what anyone says. I don't care about your logic. I don't care about your reasoning. I don't care how it was worked into the manga version. I don't like the Wing Zero Customs Angel Wings at all, period, because no matter how you look at it, at all, period, it exists for the sole exclusive purpose of adding unnecessary, ridiculous pretense to that already shitty and pretentious series. Logic? The fact that the wings make for good re-entry stuff? Or that they're good for maneuverability in space? Fuck you! I don't give a shit! Pretentious! I will scream it from the rooftops. I will scream it from the International fucking Space Station. If I ever end up there somehow, I'm just gonna go up there, get on the TV in front of everyone, and they're just like, how did this guy? And it's just like, the Wing Zero Customs Angel Wings are ridiculously pretentious. You can't tell me otherwise, because I'm so far above you that you can't even begin to comprehend. Literally! Oh, great. Back to this awkwardness. God! Don't do that. That's bad, very bad. Get in there and stay in there. That's your home. Get nestled in and don't move. Ever. Stick of time. It's beats time. No, don't fucking go there. leg number 2. Alright, now that we've got 2 legs, we need a crotch to connect them. And we're going to need... looks like mostly B parts, a couple of polycaps, and 1 C part. Also a sticker. Oh, okay, that's where that 1 sticker goes, right there on that. Okay. This is here it is. 1 B frame. 1 C frame. A frame aside and grab the poly caps. The cap of poly! I've said that so many times already. Alright, Polly, put on your cap. We're going somewhere. 2 ends. Now that I think about it, they didn't even make a Cgue's R model for Seed Destiny, did they? Or did they? The R-type Cgue's. Is it pronounced Cgue's or Cgue or Gates or something like that? Pronunciation. C14 as opposed to C4. I'm noticing a lot of these flecks are getting into the in and on the keyboard. Maybe I should not have put my keyboard right there. But at the same time, where am I going to put it? It's where best place to make it completely accessible. Hang on, let me. I could put it to the side like I usually do when I'm filming stuff. It's not like I'm using it. I'll vacuum it up. I'll vacuum it up later. I don't even know why I have this podcast running if I can't listen to it. For all the bees. Ah, the bees! Alright. 18, 29, 14, and 8. Well, 18 is kind of obvious. It's this big one over here. It's this big feller. Also looks pretty obvious. It's this really big feller. $14 is up here. god, I'm looking at this. This predates the generally separatable types of front skirts. That's how old it is. Actually, do these have the year? Oh my god, yeah. 2004. Sheesh, baka. Well, that's from the original Cgue frame. I don't know, because this is either way. Ugh. Because it's the old Cgue frame, still using old parts that are older than me. No. I'm still much older than this kit. Better or worse. Assembly. Trouble spot here. That is... That's quite poor. Alright, well, there are ways to thicken connections, or just permanently fix them. I generally try not to permanently affix anything if I can manage, but yeah, no, I'm just gonna thicken the connector on this one, not permanently affix it. Just a little drop. enough that the parts will fit together smoothly. But I'm gonna have to wait a minute or so for that to dry first. Maybe a few minutes, actually. With that said, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. So, back in a tick. Gah. Forgot to turn the microphone back on. Also. Okay, that was weird. Is the podcast over? No, it's still going and I still can't watch it because I'm still doing this. Also, I got my drink while I was away. Is this dry? Sweet. Let's see if this fits better now. Went from super loose to kind of tight. Which, you know, better kind of tight than kind of loose. If you know what I mean. It's the last of these kind of stickers. Such a teeny tiny one. It's just a small. Much like your brain, Luigi. Don't call my brain small, Mario. How did I do that? If your brain isn't so small, why are you such a coward? Cowardice has nothing to do with the size of my brain or my intelligence. It's fear is irrational. Oh, God, of course. A cat would have to happen. I hear ya. Yes. Alright, we have a pair of legs. And I would take the top half and mash this onto it. But I'm also noticing for side skirts we need parts D, 5, and 6. So you know what? I am just going to skip ahead to step 11. Get parts 5 and 6. As soon as I'm done being nice to this cat. Because he wants all the attention, doesn't he? Don't you? Ah, come on. You want attention? I'm gonna pick you up. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this fluff ball. He is so fucking happy. Emily. Why are you so happy? Probably can't even hear him purring. But yeah, he is a happy little camper sitting on my lap. See, there's a camera up here to Gimli. Move the microphone down. Why do you have to be such a baby? You're big and you're old. Or at least you're getting old. Actually, you are kind of old. You're like, what, 14 years old? I can't really get any work done like this. At this point, the stream is more just me petting the cat who's being very happy and very vocal about how happy he is, aren't you? Aren't you, Gimme? Aren't you, Gimme boy? Meanwhile, just looking around on my social media feeds, Discord. I have no idea who that is, nor do I care. Sage, for frick's sake. Fine, I'll turn the music back on. Check my mail. Again, I can't do anything like this. done yet, Gimme? You want to be done yet? Gimli? It's very uncomfortable for me. I should mention this. My leg is kind of in an awkward position for this. But I can't move because if I do, it'll just this little fuzzball will try to. This is what my life is right now. My leg is going to go all sorts of numb if I keep doing this. Okay. Okay, Gimli. There. Put my leg in a slightly better position and that won't make you... Okay, you want to get down now? Good. What are you doing? No, don't knock over my Gundam stuff, please. Gimli. He said, you want to ignore me and go back to your toys? No! I'm going to knock your toys over! What if I knocked your toys over, you little brat? You wouldn't like that, would you? Or maybe you would, because at least then you'd have something to play with. Right. Let me get those parts that I was talking about. 5 and 6. Excuse me. I do kind of wonder sometimes whether or not the people who redesign certain designs for, you know, variations like this do so with the prospect that when they do it, it'll be easy for the model makers to just change a few things around. I know that's the case, and I know that's... Okay. I know that was kind of the case for a couple of Gundam Seed model kits in the 1 to 100 line. Probably not so much in the 1 144 line. But even then, it was only like a couple of those. Right, so we have the main body with the Cgue deep arms completed. Not a great knee bend. Outward ankle. Ankle tilts pretty good. Forward and backward, not so much. Side to side, it's okay. Of course, the front skirts. Well, at least when they come up, they really do come up, and so it'll look awkward, but alright, but here's let me test whether or not this thing can do a kneel. I don't think it can because the back skirt is so long. Yeah, no, this is not gonna work at all in terms of kneeling. Oh well. Alright, well, that is the biggest chunk of the Cgue deep arms pretty much completed. Pretty much. And everything else is just on this last page, so before we get to this last page though, let's good grief, this is a lot of stuff. And since I won't be using, well, no, I'm not gonna be using this. I thought about it, and I decided, yeah, no. Sweep the rest of it clear off the desk after I'm completely done. For now, let's just get all that out of the way. Don't need that anymore, hopefully. I'll put it to the side. Let's just focus on... Oh, wait. Still one fleck. Another fleck. Flecks. So many flecks! They get everywhere. Use a vacuum cleaner. Lovely. Watered down cherry Coke. Alright, well, since we're kinda, sorta, more or less at the end of things. Alright. Am I gonna need anything more from the B frame? It kinda looks like I'm not. Yeah, looks like the B frame is pretty much used up. That said, there are still bits on the B frame left over, which Let's see. I'm guessing these are the original shoulders. That's the original headpiece. That is, I think, the hand cover for the one last hand that I could possibly use, and I might end up doing so anyway. C. Let's see. We need C25. Oh, both 25s. Any other C parts? No. Well, since I have C in hand, I'll cut out the 2 remaining parts. I think. Is there? Okay, I mean, that still means that there's going to be there's a lot of C parts that I won't be using. These parts of the one that I'm cutting out right now kind of remind me of thrusters from the Sinanju, like the big binder thrusters, like the ones that are the big super open ones that go wide open. But yeah, those are the only 2 parts we need left from the C frame, and here's what all is left over. 2 halves of the machine gun, the barrel of the machine gun, the 2 halves of the Gatling, the barrel of the Gatling, end of the Gatling. Looks like some parts for feet covers, the hand, and I don't know what that is. I genuinely don't know what this part is. Before I do that, yep. Yep. G and J polycaps for both sides. I think those are the only ones that are left. Oh no, wait, L. I won't be using L then. Actually, no, I should notice that earlier. So the only polycap, one polycap doesn't get used. Forgot to move the microphone back. Hang on. Just a little bit. One teeny tiny blue polycap that I don't need to use. I'll just it can go in the bag. Actually, now that I have the A-frame in my hand, good. You know, this is very definitely the rest of the deep arms parts, or at least the most significant chunk of them. I want to look at the... Oh, it is 2004. This whole kit is a 2004. I am chat! Well, I am. This thing isn't. Okay. 8 and 9 on this side. And then 6 and 7 on the other side. Okay. Oh great, another one arrived. Where'd you go? I saw you. I saw your head. Popped up under my legs. Which one are you? Hello? Kitty kitty. Oh! Neener. She don't want to be in the lap. She wants to be on the table, and she's not getting up here. But she's still gonna do what Gimli did and rub her face on my things, knocking them over like a little brat. Like, pay attention to me. I forgot to set up the next match. I've been so freaking distracted. Before I actually clip out more parts, let me take these big chunkles and clean them up. Let me. Since it's just gonna amount to me mashing these two pieces together, I'm gonna do that now so that I can actually see the rest of the instructions around them. Are we gonna have another fitting problem here? Are we? Really? No. Good. Don't do that to me. I don't need any more problems than what I have already had to deal with. I think part of my problem is I need to get my chair lifted up a bit here. No. No. Chair up, please. I feel like I've lifted up that much at all, honestly. Still got the backs of my arms up against the edge of this thing. Let me try and raise this up again. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Okay, and now I'm definitely higher up. Get together, you little... Alright, let's see. 14 and 15 on one side. And 12 and 13 on the other. And might as well get the rest, since there's only one more major thing after this. The rest of the A-frame stuff. 34, 35. Well, basically just, it looks like everything else. Oh wait, almost forgot about, yeah. Okay, well everything needs to come off the A-frame anyway. It seems when I'm not complaining about anything, I just run out of things to say entirely. What? Beams? I'm pretty sure the sword on the perfect strike did this a bit smarter, where one peg would just rest in, and then the other peg would be pointing outwards, so that it would just slide inside on the other end. But of course, the perfect strike didn't come out until later. So I guess it's kind of complaining for not thinking ahead. And this one actually has, this thing needs to come off. I don't know why this is deemed required in the molding process, but who am I to argue? Smooth it over. Okay, that's a little too rough. Now. Gosh, it gets so warm in here. I don't have the AC on. It's like you live on the top floor, all the warm air in the entire house wants to gather up here, especially when there's not really good insulation keeping the top floor from getting too warm because the sunlight bears directly down on the roof. If you live in the roof, which is essentially where I live in relation to everything else, then yeah, you're getting it all. Even on cold days, if there's sun out, it's still warm. Even if there's not that much sun out, it's still warm. Unless the wind is howling and basically taking away every bit of warm air that could possibly exist on this level, then it's warm. It will always be warm. It's also warm because I've got a freaking light right above, pointing down on my setup here. Alright, now I need to clip out some stuff from D-frame. From D-frame. looks mostly... Yeah, it's basically everything else that's on D-frame. 11, 10, 9, 9, 9, 9. No. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is D-frame used up. Now, clean up. Keep not noticing the matches being over with the way things are going. Alright, hang on. Alright, and that would actually be the end of all the clipping. So, now it's assembly time. Final assembly in progress. Final assembly in progress. All stations stand by. Final assembly in progress. I believe it then just goes there. And, wait. I think it's this side. Yeah, that looks right. I always thought it was... It's something interesting that I found about this particular design is that this part looks like it should be like the front of a mobile suit, or that it was ripped off the front of a mobile suit in order to be used as the venting system for these gigantic beam gun cannon things. Beam gun cannon things! reattach the cannons. I want to get this done. Beam goes, and this end goes down in here. And that end goes up in, yeah, it does. This has to be bent in order to get in there. Alright. Final attachment in progress. The Cgue Deep Arms is now deeply armed. I know that probably shouldn't be that way with the active blade in there, but if it fits, it sits. Kind of a loose fit, but hey, it fits. It sits! It does seem kind of odd, like there's this small hole here, like there should be some secondary emitter, or that should be the emitter somehow. But I guess not. But anyway, that is the Cgue Deep Arms officially completed as far as the full length and breadth of the instructions go. In order to deploy the cannons, those up, lift the fence out. And it goes pew pew bang bang. And I don't think we need this anymore, since this is done. Now, I'm sure, yeah, there's a few small colorize things, just relative small, and you know, if you want it to be 100% accurate things that you're gonna need to do, you're gonna need to paint this thing in order to make it completely accurate. But I'm not too bothered about that. Personally, anyway. I mean, I'm not even gonna put on the Shiohanenfuss. God, again, clumsy freaking names. I'm not even gonna be bothered to put on the Shiohanenfuss emblem for this, cause yeah, that does it for this build. I'm probably gonna build like some of the other stuff that's left over off the runners, you know, off screen. Maybe detail this up just a little bit, but otherwise I'm pretty satisfied with this. You know, I wasn't too sure about this. I still kind of am not. But I feel like, you know, my brother kind of likes shoulder cannons, but he likes them to be like over the shoulder cannons. And these are kind of like on the side of the shoulders. And even then, they're not really on the side of the shoulders. They're attached to the back. And they just happen to extend out to the shoulders. Like, they're not even connected. The shoulders can move completely freely of the cannons. So that's kind of nice. And, you know, when I look at it, it's like a couple of... They're kind of like wings without actually being wings. And they also, like, apply as, like, beam weapons. Just like... You think I'm just flying around here. It's just like, no. Or whatever the sound effect they use for these cannons. I don't know. I think the only way I could ever source out the sound effects for this is to be playing Gundam Seed Never-Ending Tomorrow. But who wants to play that piece of shit? Who isn't Kakarot 197 or whatever his actual name is. Anyway. With that all said and done, this stream is pretty much over. So if anyone has been here to watch at all, it says I have one viewer. That's probably me. Thank you for watching. You can find my Twitter and coffee links in the stream and on the stream page. And I'm sure once these get posted to YouTube, you'll be able to find stuff in the description that leads to other places like Instagram and whatnot. RCFS and out.